Hello pilgrims! Today we will walk the stage between Saint-Jean-de-Pied-de-Port and Roncesvalles through Valcarlos. You already know that to get to Roncesvalles there are two variants. The Napoleon's route we already did in his day and is on this YouTube channel. Today we have a more comfortable, shorter and more historical stage. However, it is less popular because it has less spectacular views. However, you will see that this stage is also very nice. Let's go. We leave Saint-Jean by the same road that also leads to the other variant. We will soon arrive at the sign indicating the start of the two options. If we go between November 1st and March 30th, we will see that the Napoleon route will be closed. Also, when there is fog, snow, rain or strong heat waves, I strongly recommend taking the Valcarlos option, the one we are going to ride today. The Napoleon route has some very striking views, but the Valcarlos route has several advantages. It is shorter, 23 kilometers instead of 25. It is also easier, since it climbs to less than 1100 meters instead of the 1400 meters of the Napoleon route. On the other hand, it has more shades, especially in its final part. And above all, it is more historical. This route is the traditional way used since the Romans, who were smart and knew how to find the easiest way. Little by little, we will always advance by road. First, barely half a kilometer on the shoulder of a main road and then on secondary roads. 7 kilometers after our departure, we will enter Spain through the Arnéguy shops. We will be surprised by these large stores in this place, but the answer is simple. Spain is cheaper than France and many French people come here to buy. Shortly after, we will arrive at Arnéguy itself. Be careful not to go straight ahead, as it becomes the main road for cars. We must cross here the river Luzaide and continue now on its right bank. We will advance by secondary roads in the gentle ascent offered by the river until we reach Valcarlos, where we will go up to the center of the town. The toponym of this locality refers to Carlo Magno, since in this valley and in Roncesvalles part of the history of the Song of Roldan takes place. It's a well-known battle poem from the Middle Ages. In Euskera, the place is called Luzaide, which means long road, which is literally what we have left to travel today. After leaving Valcarlos, we start a heavy stretch of national road of 2 kilometers until we descend again and cross the river at Gainicoleta. Now at last, we enjoy a bit of nature, away from cars and trucks, on a shady and gently ascending path along the river. In addition, there is a great effort to improve the route. It can be seen that at many points the route has been cleared of the continuous falling trunks and branches, and all the ground has small stones so that mud does not form on the winding path. Two kilometers later we will come out again to the road, along which we will walk another 2 kilometers more until we descend again next to the river. From this point on, the ascent begins to become more and more noticeable. At this point of the stage begins a very steep ascent. It is only 3.5 kilometers, but it is quite hard. Let's take it easy, it is very well signposted. And do not even think of going by road, which is much more dangerous. Let's keep walking. The pace of the stage slows down here, as we have to climb 400 meters in less than 3 kilometers. In a good part of this climb, we will see a firewall that was dug into the mountain to put a power line. After more than half of the ascent, we will again touch the national road to leave it in a few meters. A little over a kilometer later, we arrive at Ibañeta, our Pyrenean pass at 1057 meters above sea level. In Ibañeta, there is a chapel with a bell that recalls the original one from 1,000 years ago that was located here. The old bell was rung on foggy days to guide pilgrims to this place. Nearby we see the monument to Roldan, a character that belongs to the poem of the Song of Roldan that I mentioned before. Now there is only a descent of less than 2 kilometers until we reach Roncesvalles, where we will first find the pilgrim's shelter. As you have seen, this stage is somewhat easier than the other variant, except for the steep slope and final descent. Now is time to enjoy Roncesvalles. In our YouTube channel, we also have a video about this emblematic place for you to know it a little better. Buen camino!